All right, here we go. My name's Jeff Kay, and you're listening to episode 490 of the world-famous West Virginia Surf Report podcast.
A little bit hefty.
You know, one of the problems that Toney and I have, and I get blamed for it, but I don't know. I don't know if that's fair. But one of the problems that we have is we're on completely different schedules. Our lives do not line up. Because she is a big time morning person. She gets up at 4:30. That's outrageous. I mean, that is beyond. I mean, there's like, why? What is that? Why would you want to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning? It's dark. What are you going to do at 4 o'clock? That's no good. And by the time noon rolls around, you're like, oh, I'm feeling a little drowsy. I don't feel very good. You know, I mean, I don't. So I get up at 10 or something, especially on the weekends. My alarm goes off at 10 a.m. on the weekends. Okay. Then it goes off at 9 on the weekdays. So she gets up at 4. I get up at 10. That's a 6-hour gap, you know. So she gets up swinging for the fences, and she goes to stores, and she goes out and accomplishes all this stuff. She does all kinds of stuff. Before I even hoist my riffled ass off the sleeping platform, off the dormancy platform, before I even get up, she's done. She's done for the day, you know, and then she doesn't want to do anything anymore. And I'm like, just waking up, you know, let's go do something. She goes, what do you want to do? There's nothing to do. I said, there's always something to do. I said, we have an automobile. You know, it has gas in the tank. We can go do all kinds of, the whole world is our oyster. She goes, I don't know what you're talking about. I said, how about lunch at least? Let's go have some lunch. Let's get out of here, go have lunch somewhere. She goes, okay, that's fine, but I don't want to leave Clark Summit. And I said, why? Why are we putting limitations on ourselves? She goes, because it's insane out there. It's crazy. It's wild. It's just I said, Christmas is behind us. Christmas is in the rear view. We don't have to worry about that anymore for a full year. It's one of the greatest feelings in the world when you get past Christmas. I'm like, I don't have to worry about that anymore for a long time. And she goes, no. People are returning stuff. I said, what? I said, I think that's mythology. That's one of those things people say. It's crazy leading up to Christmas, and it's crazy right after Christmas because there's all kinds of people returning stuff. People don't buy shit from stores anyway. You know, do they buy? Where are they going to return it to? You know, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. But I said, she goes, no, I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave Clark Summit. I said, all right. How about Rosario's? She goes, sounds good. It's a pizza place. Well, it's a restaurant, and they serve all kinds of stuff, but mostly pizza. They have pizza by the slice in there, and you know they got them all up at a display case or all these different options, and then they pop them in the oven for you and crisp them up, heat them up for you, you know. And the problem with that is every time I go there, they put it in the pizza oven. Like I usually get. There's this one called it's got bacon. No, it's got chicken bacon ranch, chicken bacon honey mustard. It sounds like a weird combination, but it's really, really good. And I get one slice of that, and then I just get one slice of pepperoni. It's perfect because that first one with the bacon chicken, you know, that's a hearty slice right there. If you eat 2 of those, you feel like you're going to shit yourself for the next 4 hours. feels like something might happen, either in one direction or the other. That's too much. I get loaded down, you know, get foundered. So I get the thin New York style pepperoni and that big honkin' one. That's a perfect combination. I always get root beer because the root beer with pizza is a perfect combination too. I don't know why, but it always works. Okay. So I told Toney, I said, I'm going to tell them when we go over there not to leave it in the oven very long because the stuff it comes out so hot you can't eat it for like 10 minutes. I mean, the thing's almost bubbling, It doesn't need to be that hot, So she goes, all right, whatever. She thinks I'm crazy. She thinks I'm insane, and I have something to say about everything. I have opinions about everything. I do have opinions. I go through life observing and taking things in. I have my opinions about things, and I go in there and I try to eat it. It's like taking so long because I have to wait for it to cool off, and then I end up like I need to get this thing. I don't want to sit here all day, and then I like scorch the top of my mouth. It hurts for like 2 days, She goes, whatever, God. And so we went in there. I said, hey, so I ordered my normal, and Toney ordered her stuff, and I said, could you, not leave it in the oven for super long because, it comes out like molten lava. It's like a triangle. It's like I'm holding up a triangle of molten lava to my quivering lips. She's like, what the? And I said, it's too hot. It's just way too hot. sound like Larry David or something, but it's like it's just too hot. Nobody needs pizza that hot. She goes, I got you. I'll take care of you. I said, all right, cool. So Toney's like, oh boy. I said, it's hot. It's too hot. It's ridiculously hot. The pizza is fantastic. There's no need for that level of heat. All right, so she took care of it. She was good. She was cool. She was very nice, and everybody's super friendly over there. There's a couple of guys in there that act like they're from straight out of Italy, Oh, the mozzarella. Yeah, the pepperoni. All that shit. But most of them are normal. There's so many people working in there. You go in there, and there's like, I'm not kidding, 10, 12 people working behind the counter. What are these people doing? They have a lot of, do they do a lot of carry-out business? Because there's not a whole, there's people in there eating, but it's not like it's packed, But there's always like a shitload of people working. Anyway, so it was perfect. It was hot. It was crisped up, but it wasn't like ridiculously hot. It wasn't like a triangle of lava, and it was good. It was perfect. And the root beer hit the spot, and that's that. So that was good. That was today, but now we're back home. It's like what time is it? It's 3:28 as I record this. And we're in for the day. See, I don't like that. I don't care for that. I could go out by myself, I guess, but whatever. Let's see what else I got. My notes. Oh, SiriusXM. I had it on my calendar, my Google Calendar. Do you use a Google Calendar? Or it doesn't have to be Google. Do you use a calendar on your phone? I fought that for years. Toney kept saying, you need to get a calendar on your phone. I'm like, I don't like that. I said, I don't understand what the hell's going on. There's like, so she shows me her calendar, and it has like all these lights. Everything's different colors and stuff. I said, I don't know what all. That's too confusing. I don't understand that. You have to have like some kind of, I don't know, a schematic to figure that shit out. It's too much. She goes, no, it'll help your life. It'll improve your life. I'm like, nah, I'm good. So I resisted it and argued with her for years. And I tried I think one time I tried and I didn't like it. It sucked. I think I was using something else. It was some other calendar. And then at some point I started using the Google Calendar, and now I rely on it. It's 100%. I look at it every day. I have everything in there. and I look at it every morning to see what I have to do that day. It's fantastic. It's like really good. So anyway, it popped up that I needed to call SiriusXM and renew or threaten to cancel, because the thing was going up to $25.99, I think, or $24.99. Like, I'm not. I mean, they got this thing set up where you renew for a year at a low price, and at the end of that year, if you don't call them, it'll go up to the regular price, which is $24.99 or something. SiriusXM, and if you don't pay attention to it, which I'm sure a lot of people don't, it just like turns over. Well, suddenly you're paying $24.99 a month when previously you were paying $8. You know, so I've been burned by that before, and because I don't pay any attention. Now I put it in my Google Calendar and I call them like a week before it renews, or 2 weeks before. And I pretend that I'm going to quit. Say, I can't afford that. I can't afford $24.99. I really like your product, but I cannot afford $24.99 when I'm used to paying $8. You know, it's too much. Reluctantly, I'm going to have to cancel this thing. And they just come back and say, well, how about they say, we understand, sir, and then, could I put you on hold and we'll see what I can do for you? And they come back with some offer. And if you keep saying no, I think I've played game, you know, in the past. I've got it down really low, right? I mean, they just want to retain you, but I don't know. I just, if it's something reasonable, if it's $8 or something in that neighborhood, that's good. It's worth it. I mean, I could sit on the phone and argue with them and maybe get it down to $6.50 or something, but it's not worth it. I don't give a shit. I don't really care that much. I don't really give a crap about it, you know. As long as it's below $10, it's worth it. I listen to it all the time. I listen to Little Steven's Underground Garage all the time. So it's worth $10 a month or less than that. So anyway, so I called up, I did the song and dance, told them I'm gonna cancel because it's just way too expensive and I'm on a fixed income. You know, I can't. I'm on a fixed income, and they're like, we understand. Then they came back and they said, how about $8 something a month, and with taxes and fees, it'll be $9 exactly. But I said, well, that's more than I'm paying now. And she goes, yeah, I know, but with this deal, you don't ever have to call again. So I don't have to call every December and go through this charade. She goes, that's right. Says, you know, you don't have to call us anymore. This is the price. I said, hell yeah. Sign me up, baby. Yeah, I'm paying slightly more. I don't know. It's like $1 more a month. I don't care. Whatever. It's worth it. That shit's good value. Now I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to do this song and dance every year, every December. So that's cool. I don't know. I feel like I came out ahead on that deal. Well, they probably come out ahead because actually they're getting a little bit more money out of me. Because, you know, every year I just call in and, you know, I get it for less than that. So, you know, whatever. It's good. I'm happy with it. I'm satisfied with it. That's a good deal. You know, it's a lot cheaper than Spotify. Of course, Spotify, I pay for that too. So it's not like I'm choosing one or the other. I love both of them. Whatever. So I did that. That's good. I don't have to call them anymore. So that's good. I forgot to tell you the story when I was in the last episode, the previous episode, which was a Patreon episode. Told everybody about my trip to Canada, a work trip, and that was something else. And I'm not gonna redo it. But if you want to hear it, you have to be a patron over at Patreon. So it's a bonus episode. I think that was a pretty good episode. I told you about the whole thing. The whole episode was about that trip. Okay, one of the things I forgot to tell you about. I was talking about how there was no downtime, right? Like we'd work all day. We'd be there early in the morning, work all day, and get off at like 5:30 or something. And then we'd speed back to the hotel, and we'd have like maybe like 15 minutes, right? And we'd have to meet back in the lobby to go to dinner. So there's no downtime. It's exhausting. The whole trip was exhausting because of that. It's like long days, long hours, and then we'd go to some fancy restaurant, and we'd be there till 9 or 9:30 at night. So I'd get up at 5 in the morning, and I wouldn't go back to the hotel till like 9 or 9:30. It was just like felt like somebody just like ran over me with with a dump truck or something. I'm just exhausted, just beaten down, destroyed, And so anyway, this one day, I was like at the end of my rope. This was near the end. This is like one of the last days, and I could see the light at the end of the tunnel. Whenever you can see the light at the end of the tunnel, you become even more irritable. It's like this is gotta get this behind us. Like so. It was a long, extra long day. I was tired. I was like, this sucks, man. It's like, it's too much. I need to sit in a chair, look at my phone. That's all I want to do. Maybe have a craft beer, sit in the bar. There's no time for that either. There's no time for anything. This is like it's just like one solid, it's just all activity for like a massive number of hours every day. All right. So it was another deal like that where we were going straight back to the hotel, and then we had to come down and meet in the lobby, and then we were going to go out. All right. So I was irritable. I was carrying shit. Had my laptop and a backpack. It was cold. It was windy. And we were walking from the parking lot into the hotel, and it was like just going straight through me. I could feel the wind hitting my skeleton. My skeleton could feel the wind, And it was, and then we went in there, and there's one elevator. One elevator's broken. The other one's in operation. It takes forever to get in the elevator. You push the button. You stand there like a fool waiting on that thing. And then everybody's standing around. There's like a whole bunch of people congregate, and they're like, boy, this thing's kind of slow, isn't it? Yeah. So finally the elevator comes. I have maybe 10 minutes. 10 minutes tops. Go upstairs, go up to my room, take a leak, wash my face, wash my hands. Maybe give Toney a quick call, So I go up there. Finally, the elevator arrives. I finally get up there. I'm irritated beyond belief. I'm carrying a bunch of crap. I'm cold. I'm muling shit in for a backpack. So I go up to my room, and my key, the card they give you for a key, doesn't work. Doesn't open my door. I'm like, what the hell? Are you freaking serious? Are you serious? So I have to go back to that elevator with all my shit, like all my stuff, I go back to the elevator, wait until that thing finally comes. I go back down there to the lobby, tell the woman my key doesn't work. And she goes, oh, it was only set up for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. This is Thursday. She goes, I can fix that for you. Sorry about that, So she fixes it for me. And then I got to go. I said, why is the bar closed? Because the bar's right across there. I'm like, she goes, oh, Christmas party. Staff Christmas party. It's closed tonight. It's like, that's fantastic. I was hoping if we got back in time, I could go over there and at least, decompress, like whatever. So then I had to go back to the elevator, wait on it again. A big group forms because we had to wait so long. Go back to my room. Basically, I have like minutes, Couldn't call Tony. And I had to go back. I dropped all my shit off finally. Back to the lobby. It was ridiculous. It was like something off Green Acres or something. It was outrageous. Like, I was so irritated. But they took us out to dinner every night. That's nice, and I appreciate it. It just turned into long, long, long days. Really long days. And that day was really irritating, But I don't travel with work too much. I have in the past. Done a little bit of traveling, but it's not really for me. I mean, I'll go if I have to. If they ask me to go, I'll go. But it's not fun. It's annoying. God. So I forgot to tell you that story in the last episode. When I was there, also, I overheard these people talking about coffee. They're like, I only drink. We were sitting in the cafeteria at this place where we were working, and it was the employee cafeteria, and they had pizza that day. And somebody was like, "This pizza tastes like cardboard," and these guys are like snobbing it up, This has a distinct cardboardy quality, I'm like, whatever, man. Just eat your pizza and shut it, God, just fill the void, I'm not opposed to complaining, but I'm irritated. So anyway, they started talking about coffee for some reason. I don't know. They launched into a coffee conversation. The guy's like, I only drink 100% Kona. I order it. I special order it from a whatever. What do you call those places? Like I don't know, some place, a bean, whatever the phrase is. He orders it from some place. He said it cost about it's very expensive. It cost about $70 a bag. Like, $70 for a bag of coffee? Like, are you insane? And he goes, I use a French press or a percolator, one of the two. I never use a drip coffee maker. And I don't ever buy, I never buy coffee from a grocery store. It comes from local, like small little mom and pop shops and stuff. I'm sitting over there like, God, it's coffee, man. Let's get some 8 o'clock, Fire that shit into Mr. Coffee and you're good to go. That stuff's good. I don't know what he's talking. I don't know. I'm sure that Kona. I'd like to try it sometime. See if it's different. See how much difference it is. It's probably like one of those albums they used to sell. Those really nice special edition for audiophile. They would have stuff like Asia by Steely Dan. And it costs like double the regular cost, and it's like an audiophile pressing of some record. It's like, sounds exactly the same to me. I can't tell the difference. I don't know. Like, why did I pay double for this thing? It sounds exactly like the other copy I have. It might be the same thing. I don't know. They were talking about that. I was sitting there like these guys are like trying to one up each other on the coffee. It's like 100% Kona. I stopped. I was in a restaurant somewhere, and they had a really good cup of coffee. I can't remember what city I was in, but I asked if I could go see. They took me back in the kitchen, and they showed me the container that the coffee comes in, and I wrote it down, and that's the only coffee I'll drink. I was like, boy, oh boy. Anyway, forgot those two stories. Christmas here at the K House. It was quiet, and everybody seemed satisfied. Everybody seemed happy. We bought a turkey breast from Honey Baked Ham, which is expensive. That's expensive too, but it's really, really, really good. So And then we made the sides and stuff for dinner. It was really good. Everything went well. Everybody got along. There was no tension. Everybody seemed happy with everything. It was quiet. There was no stress. I had to do some work, though. I had to do work on Christmas Day. I was down here on my work computer doing about 3 hours worth of work on Christmas Day. Yeah, I'm not at all resentful. But anyway, so that was good. But I was happy to get it in the rear view. I'm always happy to get that holiday in the rear view. I can't no. Not a fan of Christmas anymore. I used to love it. I mean, when you're a kid, you loved it. When our kids were young, it was fun. It was a lot of fun. I don't like it. I haven't liked it in a long time. It's just another obligation on top of all the other obligations, and I always feel guilty. I'm always stressed out. It's no fun. It's going to send me into. I'm going to have to go see a psychiatrist. Christmas almost sends me into a need to go see a counselor. It's no fun. How's it fun? It's no fun. Am I wrong? You guys love it. I don't like the music. It irritates me. Anyway, glad it's over. By the time Christmas evening rolled around, I told Toney, I said, we got it. We got it licked. It's behind us almost. She's like, I know. It's fantastic. It feels just like a weight lifted off my shoulders. And it went off. We pulled it off somehow. It went well. I hope yours went well, too. That night I watched, after everybody went to bed, I watched Black Christmas, which is a horror film from 1974, one of my favorites. It's on that Night Flight streaming service. Watched that for probably the 5th or 6th time. It's great. I love it. It's directed by the same guy who directed, okay, I'll give you 3 of his movies. Black Christmas, which is a horror film. Christmas Story, the one with Ralphie and all that, tongue stuck to the pole, that movie, all that stuff. And then, what's the other one? Porky's. He directed Porky's. What a crazy three movies. None of them are anything. I know 2 of them supposedly about Christmas. Black Christmas doesn't really have anything to do with Christmas. It's a horror film about a sorority house, and they're getting crank calls, and then people are ending up dead. And so it's a slasher film. It's like one of the original slasher films, and it's really, really good. I mean, it's wildly entertaining and really good. So it's one of my favorites. When I was a kid, I saw it on HBO. They renamed it Stranger in the House, I guess, to downplay the Christmas angle of it. So that's what I knew it as, Stranger in the House. And I saw it when I was a kid, probably maybe 11 years old or so. Scared the living daylights out of me. And when I watch it now, it's like, I don't know, this isn't that scary. But it scared me when I was a kid. It's just really good and really fun to watch. So I watched that. That was a good times. I enjoyed that. Black Christmas, the original one from 1974. Highly recommended. Oh, and one final thing before I call it a day here. Toney has not talked to her mother in 15 years. Sunshine, Sunny. Sunshine mumbles. Her husband mumbles. They haven't talked in 15 years. Toney cut her off. There's a whole bunch of background I'm not going to get into. I mean, I don't know. It's Toney's decision, and there's that woman's insane. And I don't know. I don't want to get into it, but it's not. It didn't happen in a vacuum. Let's put it that way. It doesn't. Toney didn't cut her off on a whim. There's a whole bunch of backstory with that woman. She's something else. But so they haven't talked to him 15 years, right? She's now 80 years old. Sunshine. She called her. She called Toney out of the blue on Christmas Day. And she's never called her. I mean, they don't even talk. They don't talk at all. It's like they're completely incommunicado, right? And so Toney's phone rang on Christmas Day, and it was sunshine. And she answered it. I was surprised she even answered it. And they talked, and it was normal. They just had like a normal conversation, as if nothing, like as if the last 15 years didn't happen. You know, they just picked up right. They're like talking and laughing, and I was like, "What the?" I said, "Who was that?" I thought she was talking to her cousin. She goes, "That was Sunshine." I said, "Are you serious?" "Yeah." I said, "I can't believe you even answered." She goes, "Yeah, I don't know." I thought, what's the point of holding a grudge for any longer? She's 80. I said, that's good. You know, that's good. I mean, I think you should be talking to I don't know. This woman's, I don't know. I don't want to talk about it. Some of the stuff's private, but she's not, she was not, I mean, there's reasons, all right? And anyway, so they talked. I thought that was pretty cool, you know? So I hope there's some sort of a half-assed, at least, relationship there in Sonny's, you know, in the autumn of Sonny's life. I feel like you should be, unless there's something, you know, I don't know. I feel like you should have a relationship with your parents, you know, right? Even if they're completely off, you know, completely insane. I don't know if that's true or not. But anyway, they talked. I thought that was kind of interesting. And old Mumbles, 90 years old, still kicking. He was making breakfast. I said, how is he still around? You know, how's that guy still? How's either one of them still around? The lives they've led. I mean, these people are not health fanatics. Cigarette smoking, heavy drinking, drug abuse. For decades, since frickin', I don't know, since John F. Kennedy was in the White House, you know? Like, how's this possible? You know, the guy's still kicking. He's in there making her breakfast. So he talks. What? All right. All right there, Mumbles. I liked him. I always liked him. He's all right. But the mother, I don't know about that. Oh, boy. Don't get me started. So anyway, that happened. That was kind of interesting. And we've had shit weather all week. And this has been the worst December. It's been icy and cold and snowy. I was at work yesterday, the day after Christmas, Boxing Day, as they call it. And I was, it started raining ice. My car was encased. It was like laminated in a hard ice casing, you know, and the roads were icy. It's like every day you got to go out and you got to clean your car off. And every day the roads are treacherous. I have to drive 40 miles. It took me an hour to get home. Everybody's driving at like, I don't know, 25, 30 miles an hour. We got their blinkers, you know, their flashers on. It just, and it's like, you know, it's one of those things where you're like stressed out a little bit and like your shoulders are hurting. There's like a pain in your shoulders from nerves. You know what I mean? It sucks. It's like all the time. It's like continuous. Right now, just a little while ago when we went to Rosario's, I had to go out there and clean my car off again. Like every time you go out, you got to clean off your car. The roads are slick, or at least potentially slick, enough to cause concern. I mean, they do a good job cleaning roads up here. I mean, they got that shit down, but it's you never know. It sucks. It's like the worst December. Usually Decembers are pretty mild, and then January and February, it's that's where you get the brunt of it. But this year's December has just been one after the other after the other. It's Tony goes, maybe we're getting it out of the way early. I'm like, no, this is just a bonus. We're still going to have January and February, and March. March is not a slam dunk either, I mean, I've got caught in hellacious weather in March. And me and the older boy work at the same place, and we're like almost 40 miles away. And you get down there, and sometimes it's hard to get back. It sucks. It's stressful. It sucks. It's day after day after day, and it's cold. Just like it was in Canada. It's no different. It's exactly the same kind of weather: windy and cold, snowy. Icy. Annoying. We need to get that baseball season started. We need to get this whole winter in the rear view. We got Christmas in the rear view. I want to get the winter in the rear view. Start some baseball up. And normalcy can return to the world. All right. We're at the end of this thing. Give us a call. We have the 500th episode coming up. You can give us a call about anything that's on your mind. That's fine. It's fine. Give me a call. The number 570-290-8151. So anything that's on your mind, or you can just call and wish us a happy 500th episode. And when I say us, it's me and Zip. Zip produces. Zip's the editor/producer on this thing, and we've been together since the beginning. The very first episode of the Jeff K Show, which I did as a joke, and then at some point I changed the title and started over at number 1 again. I think I did like 60 episodes of that, the Jeff K Show. So he and I have been doing these since the very, very beginning. So we're at episode 500 coming up in 10 episodes from now. So I'd like to get a bunch of people to call us up, and we can include all the whatever you guys say in the 500th episode. Call me up and congratulate us, or so whatever's on your mind. For the 500th episode, some kind of a tribute, and we'll include them all in that episode. Or if you just want to call about something else, that's cool too. In fact, if you want to call up, this is something I was talking to somebody at work about the other day. What are your 3 favorite holidays? Because Christmas, everybody says, well, Christmas is number 1. No way. The ones I like the ones where there's a lot of good food, right? And there's no presents. There's no gifts. All right? So probably my favorite would be maybe Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is probably number 1. But close behind that is the 4th of July. That's a good one. And I like New Year's Eve. I like New Year's. That's a good one. So those are good, solid. Although you don't really think of New Year's Eve as having food, but the other two, food, they're foodie, and there's no presents involved, So if you have any thoughts on that, what are your favorite? Let's see if I could rank them. I might actually go 4th of July number 1, because that's in the summer and it's fun. And it's hot dogs and hamburgers. You can't go wrong with that. And then Thanksgiving. Number 2, and then, what was the other one I said? I can't even remember. But all New Year's Eve. New Year's, yeah. So that's my ranking. 4th of July, Thanksgiving, New Year's. What are your favorite? What are your 3 favorite holidays? Give me a call, 570-290-8151. Call me around the clock. It's just voicemail. I'm not going to answer it. Don't worry about it. You won't have to talk to me. And also, if you want 2 episodes a week instead of a measly 1, you can do that too by heading over to Patreon. That's Patreon, patreon.com/Jeff K. Sign up for a $4 or more monthly donation, and you'll get an extra episode every week. Well, every time I every time I publish one to the main network like this one, a few days later, there's another one that's for patrons only. It's a full-length bonus episode. There's a bunch of them in there. I think it said 266 last time I looked. 266 bonus episodes that you can tap into immediately. Immediately upon signing up, you'll have access to all that. And all the new ones, too, as I release them. So if you're interested in doubling down on the Surf Report podcast, I urge you to do so today. Patreon.com/JeffK and SurfReportPod.com is the web home of the podcast, where there's all kinds of support materials, I call it. Links and photographs and whatnot. Just stuff that I talk about on this show. And, I elaborate on there. So check that out, too. SurfReportPod.com. And we're at the end of this thing. Thank you guys for listening. Until next time, which will be over on the Patreon side. Hope you guys have yourselves a fine, fine day. I'll see you. Bye. This has a distinct cardboardy quality,